said, you're still talking to my girl? I said, bro, I will beat you in my slippers. I came out, my shorts, my flip-flops. The truth is, everybody wants to be alpha. Well, the truth is, not everyone's born alpha. The truth is, everybody wants to be a man, but some of you are not men, you're males. And this is what we're going to talk about in today's video, how alphas really act. If you can't control your emotions, in my opinion, you're not an alpha. If you give females external value, you're not an alpha. If you get dictated and you lose control of your situations, for me, you're not alpha. Alphas know their level, they demonstrate higher value, they lead. They do not get unbalanced easily. Because sometimes I'll go on dates and girls will use the phrase alpha. Oh, you come across very alpha, you come across very confident. Oh, okay, thank you. What does alpha mean to you? I think sometimes, and again, I say this with love, guys, no homo. Not everybody is meant to win in this game of love and romance that we play, which is why dating coaches do very well, because the majority of people are beta. The average guy is beta. The average guy doesn't know what he's doing with women. And that's okay. And if you need coaching, reach out to me, book a session. But the realities are, female wants an alpha, which is basically a leader, a masculine man. A man who can lead and make decisions and make her feel feminine. And if she can't see your leadership and she can't see your value and she cannot see masculinity, then unfortunately, bro, she's probably not going to want to see you again. Scenario, so you're at an event, music event, or music carnival, for example, and you bump into a guy. The guy gets aggressive with you. What do? Do you retaliate, or do you remain calm? What do you think the alpha would do? You need to understand, the guy who's the calmest in the situation is the most mature. The guy who remains balanced is the alpha. The guy who is angry and irate, unfortunately, is not the alpha. You can see that it comes down to mentality. And I think in a situation where it's just a little bump on the shoulder and it wasn't done purposefully, why would you get angry? Most of the time, guys, especially guys that fight for women, they're feminine, they're beta. This is the insecure element of things. And you get guys that say, no, I'm just protecting my girl. What are you protecting her from? Is she under attack? Or are you trying to cover up your insecurities? If you're a guy that feels that you need to protect your female, that female shouldn't be with you. Secondly, you haven't trained her properly. Thirdly, she's probably disrespecting you. And fourthly, is she really your girl? You should never feel like you need to fight for a female. Ever. And if it comes to you fighting for a female, let the guy have her, bro. There's so many women in the world. It's not worth it. Don't ever let another guy unbalance you mentally. You only fight if, worst case scenario, or you're a professional fighter. Worst case scenario is in self-defense. But always assess your surroundings first. That's what I would say. And it's not about being weak. It's about understanding that actually, if I fight because another guy's making me fight, then I've let myself down. And always the loudest guy in the room is normally always the weakest guy. I had a story, and I'll tell you actually. One time I was at the train station. It's a real story. I was at the train station. I went to pick up my mum, and there was a guy who was reversing his car. So I blanked this, and he reversed his car, and he was gonna hit me. So I horned, I beeped, I went, bah! And I went like this, like, what are you doing? This is like my reaction. I'm black, I just want this. And he was an Asian guy. And he said something like, what are you doing? Like he was shouting through. He was like shouting through the. He was shouting through his window. And then he went to pretend to get out of the car. Now, I'm a bit reckless. So I get out of the car. I'm in my shorts and my slippers, my Birkenstocks. And I said, what did you say? What are you going to do? And he went to his boot as if he had a tool or a weapon. Now, in my head, I was like, well, I'm always ready. Like, I watch too many movies and too much MMA. So, like, if need be, I'm going to wrap him up. I'm going to pull guard, I'm going to wrap him up. True story. I'm not promoting violence, by the way. I don't condone violence, but let me tell you. So the guy went to his boot. Now, obviously, I'm from England, and stabbings is a real thing. So in my head, I was like, well, if I'm going to go, someone's going first, and it's not me. Let's put it that way. Anyway, he goes to his car once, he comes back, nothing. Goes again. I said, and then I start trolling. I said, bro, you went to your boot, you didn't do anything. What's in your boot? Why did you keep going there like you're gonna do something? You're gonna do something, do something. And I put my pockets in my shorts. I said, you know what? I'll give you the first hit for free. So I stood close to him. I put my face next to his face. I said, man, I'll give you the first hit for free. True story. And then, like, there was a girl behind me and some people starting to watch. Like, what's going on? I told him, I said, bro, I will beat you in my slippers. I said, you've gone to your boot twice. Clearly, there's nothing there. Clearly, you don't want to fight. Sit down, move your car away. Start shouting. His voice increases as his girlfriend comes out of the station. And she's like, what's happened? I said, your boyfriend was going to hit me in the car. He was going to reverse into my car. And then he started shouting like he was going to do something. So I stepped out because he looked like he wanted to fight me. And then, do you know what he said? He said, what are you talking to my girl for? I said, I hope he doesn't beat you in the house. Is that the type of guy that you want to be with? So aggressive. Get in the car. I said, I feel sorry for you. He said, you're still talking to my girl? I said, bro, I will beat you in my slippers. I came out, my shorts, my flip-flops are on, bro. The point I'm trying to make is I shouldn't have really got out of the car. Okay? That was my only mistake. However, I'm always ready. I'm not a waste man, but I don't condone fighting. Alright? Point of the moral of the story, don't fight. Don't fight idiots. If they got weapons, run. Because that's what I was hearing when I got home. Yeah? But I'm a lot older now, a lot wise. Eye contact. Show no fear. If you need to apologize. This is how an alpha would have acted on that day. Own skin, always remain calm, always remain calculated. Always know your exit plan. Assume and know your value always. When you date girls that are reckless, they shout at you or they hurl insults at you, for example. An alpha shouldn't argue with a female. An alpha should charge her in a calm, monotone tone and then get out of there or charge her. That's how you should act. You guys that go out on dates and you see guys arguing with their girls, feminine. When I see a man arguing with his female in public, bro, I'm embarrassed for him and I can tell he's not in control of that situation. She knows she's wrong. The truth is, if you allow her to influence your mentality and unbalance you, bro, this is when you lose. If you can stay calm and walk away and play your role properly, this is a good sign that you're an alpha. But when you entertain bad behavior and you don't punish bad behavior, this is when you're bait. Argue, always think for yourself. At the end of the day, I always say, are you gonna marry her? Is she your mum? If she's not your mum, bro, then you should never take any type of disrespect. If you're not gonna marry her, bro, you should never take any type of disrespect. Never be scared to walk away. Ever. Do this as well. A clear scenario. You're in the bar. The girl says, buy me a drink. If you buy that drink, bro, unfortunately, you're beta. If you reject her offer, and you tell her, you know what, you get the first one, I'll get the next one. Then just maybe you're onto a winning path. But ultimately, bro, alphas know their value. They remain centered. They remain calm. They remain stoic. That's it, bro. See you guys in the next one, man. As always, keep learning, keep growing, keep leveling up. Don't fight, man. I don't promote violence. Peace. But if you need to wrap up, pull for that arm triangle, bro, that head and arm choke, that Kimura, bro, wrap them up. Tragic.